this is to help other young ladies, right? This is to help them to maybe recognize red flags before they formulate. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Was it that type of stuff?
I mean, yeah, it was.
Okay.
So I just kind of left him.
Well, that's important to talk about, though. Because how long was it going on before you decided to leave? Like, was it going on the whole time, or did it start after like a year, or
like the whole time?
What
So,
type
like,
of abuse are we talking about that occurred when you was younger?
I mean, like, I don't want to get into details because I might make people cry on this little live.
Well, no, hold on now.
But,
How did that make you feel?
It made me feel sad because, you know, when I went through the system, I was alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, with me and my sister, like, we were alone. And it kind of made me sad, you know? So,
What's up, YouTube? It's summertime and things are heating up in Atlanta. Make sure you go cop the merch at AtlantaStreetInterviews.com. Now back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with another one. So we got a young lady with us today. How you doing today, miss?
hello, I'm doing fine.
All right. So are you homeless?
Currently not.
Okay.
I am living, you know, in a shelter, but, you know what I'm saying, I'm managing.
Okay, so shelter situation, I got it. How old are you?
I'm 23.
23. And so how long have you been in the kind of shelter situation and stuff like that?
Really like 3 years, but you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to better my situation for my son so we can, you know, can get, you know, in a better
so you got a little
space.
fella here. How old is he?
He's 1.
Okay. So this has been going on since about 20? 20 years
since I
old?
was 21 pretty
21?
much. But,
Okay.
yeah.
What happened around that time that caused you to have to get into this situation?
Just kind of cousin, you know what I'm saying, not, you know, coming up with her promise, and like me and my sister just got, you know, in a bad situation, but you know, we going out strong.
What was the promise that your cousin made that didn't work out?
That she was gonna kind of stick with us and, you know, help us out along the way, and then it didn't end up being that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. People make promises and they don't always work out. I get it. Okay, so is this your only child?
Yes.
Okay, have you ever been married?
No.
Okay. All right, so this happened about 3 years ago. What's been going on in the 3 years to where, you know, because obviously like you had a baby, stuff like that. What's been going on? What were you trying to do to like get out of the situation?
Just kind of like stay strong, stay prayed up, you know what I'm saying, the Lord first, and then kind of like, you know, going each day, just having a positive mindset, and then, you know, looking forward to, you know.
Were you like working and stuff like that?
Yeah, currently I work right now.
Okay. Okay, the situation with the dad, is he like active and involved or whatever?
Yeah,
or?
he's pretty active. He just sometimes don't help, but you know, it's okay.
Are y'all like together or not together no more?
We're co-parenting.
Okay, so not like in a relationship or whatever?
No.
Okay, got you. What happened? Why'd that relationship dissolve or whatever?
Well, things just kind of, you know, didn't kick off. You know, we fell out of love, you know. Stuff like that.
When? Like, was it before or after the baby was born?
It was kind of after the baby was born.
Was there any
Kinda.
particular incident that happened or anything like that?
No, I just kind of fell out of love with him.
What do you mean? You just fall out of love?
Yeah.
She's like, you know what, let's have a baby, and then you know what, I think I'm good.
Yeah, things just happen, you know what I'm saying? Just a lot of issues that
Was there
led
anything
up
that
to
you
it.
did?
No, it was just a lot of issues that led up to it, and I just didn't want to deal with him no more, so.
Okay, stuff that he was doing?
Yeah.
Okay, was it like any violence or anything like that? Or?
I don't really want to talk about it, but you know, it was just a lot of
Well,
things.
here's the thing. I get it, but this is to help other young ladies, right? This is to help them to maybe recognize red flags before they formulate. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Was it that type of stuff?
I mean, yeah, it was. So
Okay.
I just kind of left him.
Well, that's important to talk about, though. Because how long was it going on before you decided to leave?
Well, kind of like, we've been together for 4 years, so, like, I think I already, like, in the 3rd year, I already was just kind of done with the rest. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but how long did it, like, when did it start? Like, was it going on the whole time, or did it start after, like, a year, or?
Like the whole time, pretty much.
So it was going on the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk about that
Being
because,
strong about it, but didn't want to deal with it.
you know, I see this often enough, right? Because you are what most people consider conventionally pretty girl, right? But you was taking this type of abuse or whatever from your guy. Why do you think he was doing that?
I mean, I don't really know. I think it was just mental for him because, you know, his family was kind of like absent in his life, you know what I'm saying? So I guess, I don't know. I just don't know why it stemmed me having to deal with it, but...
If I asked him, what would he tell me?
He probably wouldn't know what to say, because, you know what I'm saying, he's a narcissist, so he probably wouldn't know what to say about it. He would probably blame me for everything, you know what I'm saying?
What would he say? What would he blame you? Like, what would he say? Like, oh, she used to hit me too, or she used to curse me out, or stuff like that?
Yeah.
So y'all used to go, like, both of y'all used to go every type deal?
We used to fight, like, I mean, because he just was...
I get it, Royal Rumble.
Trying to control me and stuff, huh?
He was trying to control. What was he doing? Like, what type of controlling type stuff?
Like, very possessive.
Like of like where you go and stuff like that?
No. He just
like
he didn't care about that, but he just like, yeah.
He didn't want nobody talking to you.
No.
Okay. So that's when the issues would occur.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just start from the beginning. So where you from?
I'm from St. Louis.
You from the Lou?
Yeah, I'm from the Louis. I was raised out here in Atlanta.
Okay. How long you been out here since you was what age?
Since I was like 8.
Okay, so kind of grew up out here.
Yeah.
But shout out that St. Louis. Shout out that 314 all day. I love St. Louis, man. One of my favorite cities in the Midwest. All right, so growing up on what side of town here?
The east side.
Shout out to the east side. Decatur, Lithonia, what?
Decatur.
Okay, shout out to the deck, man, all day. All right, so growing up here in Decatur, did you have both mom and dad in the household? Like two-parent household?
So I was living with my cousin. I wasn't living with my mom and dad. They lived out in St. Louis, but I was living with my cousin.
What was the reason why you lived with your cousin instead of mom and dad?
Because my mom wanted a little break or whatever, and then, things just kind of became long-term here. So,
So it started off as just like a little break, and then it turned out to be like a permanent?
Yeah.
First of all, did you get any explanation as to why that was?
No, until I got, in high school.
What was the explanation when you got to high school?
Well, she kind of just cut off the family contacts, so things just kind of like,
Do you know why?
I mean, I know why now, but...
Why? Why would she cut off family contact?
Because she's just an evil person, you know what I'm saying? She a Taurus, so,
Well, not all Tauruses are evil, all right?
Yeah. So
How did that make you feel?
It made me feel kind of sad because I didn't want to know who my family was, but at the time, I was just a kid, but I found out who they really were, so, I'm okay with it, you know what I'm saying?
There was a little bit of a disappointment when you found out type deal?
No.
Okay, so you got to find out and you was happy about that?
Yeah, I got to know both sides of the story and why things kind of happened the way they did, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I kind of respect my mother in a sense because, I know what she had went through, as raising us. And then,
well, can you shed a little light on it? Like, what was it that, what was her reasoning or whatever, what was that happened to her that made her?
I mean, she went through a lot, you know what I'm saying? Not
like
saying
childhood stuff or whatever?
Not like raising us, because she didn't get a chance to raise us in our high school and like, you know what I'm saying, adulthood.
Right.
But like when we was a child, like, you know what I'm saying?
She was still young or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, how many siblings do you have?
I got 2.
2, and where are you in the birth order?
Huh?
I say, where are you in the birth order?
I'm the oldest.
Okay, so you're the oldest.
Yeah.
And so how many years apart is your next sibling?
Well, me and my sister are 2 years apart, and then I think my youngest sibling, he's about like 13.
Okay, so he's younger.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. So you and sis was kind of right there.
Yeah,
okay.
so we was born in
built-in best friends type deal.
Yeah.
I get it. What about dad? What was his role in your life?
He was more, I mean, when I got a chance to meet him, because I didn't know him when I was younger.
What age did you meet him?
I met him like around 16.
Huh.
So yeah.
Huh. What was the reasoning for that?
Because of my cousin, cutting contact. When we went to see her, it was like a long ride instead of a short ride. So we ended up not seeing the whole family, and then that cut contact from my mom and my dad. And she cut off the whole family bridge. I don't know why she.
Your cousin did?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna dive into some of this. So
reunited with them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of happy for that.
Yeah, because I mean, so growing up, would you say that you had like a fairly normal childhood?
It was a rocky road, but yeah, I could say that. I mean, I lived as a child, you know what I'm saying, throughout my life. Yeah.
Okay, so I always get red flags when I hear that. So, and I do ask for truth and transparency, right? Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask. Did anything like ever happen to you when you was younger or anything like that?
I mean, as far as, I don't want to disclose it, but as far as like when I was a kid, I mean, I did get abused, you know what I'm saying? But
well, I'm specifically talking about like sexual abuse or anything like that. So, Okay, so no type. So what type of abuse are you talking about?
Like physical, mental, emotional, and verbal. Well, not like verbal in a sense, but like just all them.
From your cousin? So this was, I guess, an older cousin, like your mom's cousin or something?
Yeah, like it was my sister's, her mother, my mom's mom, sister's. So it's like my second cousin.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's her daughter.
Your grandma's sister.
Yeah.
Her daughter.
Yeah.
Okay. You say your cousin passed?
No, my
The
cousin's
mom. Okay, passed.
away,
Okay, got you. Okay, because I'm just trying to figure out how do people get in these situations, you know? So growing up, because that ties in to what you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
As far as the abuse, right? Because I asked you, like, why do you think you took the abuse, you know what I'm saying, for 3 years or whatever? But it sounds like you've been taking abuse for a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
What type of abuse are we talking about that occurred when you was younger?
I mean, like, I don't want to get into details because I might make people cry on this little live.
Well, no, hold on now.
But
no.
Just like abuse, like as far as like, you know what I'm saying, physical, like throwing people down the stairs, you know what I'm saying, doing just little evil, vindictive stuff, you know what I'm saying, that just kind of lingered.
What is it that you had in your mind when you said, I don't want to make people cry or whatever?
No,
because that's
just
probably what people need to hear.
Because it'd be like a lot of things that I went through as a kid, it kind of can tear people up inside.
Well, no, but it's a warning.
Yeah.
It's a heads up to other people.
Yeah.
So give them the heads up. You went through it already. Give them the heads up.
I did, and I came out strong, you know what I'm
saying?
Right,
so what is it that people should be looking for? What type of things happen? Like what type of, tell us.
Well, I mean, it's just a lot, I don't want to get into details, but it was just a lot of abuse that happened growing up, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we had ended up separating from her. And then, things had kind of got better.
What age did y'all separate?
In middle school, high school.
And so did you go to the state after that?
Huh?
Did you go to other family or did you go to the state?
I went to
like defects or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so you went into the foster program and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to tell me what happened.
Yeah, she threw us in, a little DCF, you know what I'm saying?
For what?
Huh?
For what?
Because she just evil. She's
okay, you keep saying that, but if I asked her, what would she tell me? Oh, they was stealing, they was doing this, they was doing that. I mean,
it probably was some, I guess, in her eyes, we were being unruly.
Right, in what ways? Like, let's talk to people for real. Let's talk to some of these young ladies, right? Because we're not just going to sit here and act like, oh, you was just an angel and she was evil.
No, she was evil.
Right, and I believe you, but I'm asking you to give me an example.
Like getting our hair done and washing it. Like right after she just paid money to wash it. Taking our, she did a lot of evil shit. Like just putting us in a basement, you know what I'm saying? All types of nights, you know what I'm saying?
Put you in the basement?
Yeah. Nothing to eat but the same food. Like it's just,
Huh. Okay. Because if she were to happen to come across this video on YouTube, right, what do you think her thoughts and her reactions would be?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I care about her thoughts and her reaction behind this video, but at the same time, I feel like why do things to people, you know what I'm saying, that lead them to expressing themselves in this way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta let it out at some point.
That your actions
is what caused it.
Is what caused a person to feel this way, And that's just how I feel about it.
So, I'm still curious. I know you don't want to go into detail, but just give me one good example, like what was so bad that it ended up to where she called the state and had you guys taken?
She called the state. I could say like one thing, like, you know what I'm saying, my sibling at the time, she was kind of like, skipping school, and I guess she didn't really care for me like that for real, but she used to put me and my sister together in rivalry.
Right.
But my sister was skipping school, and then she ended up, she got tired, she got fed up, and then I guess she put us in, DCF. At an early age, and then from there we was going through the system, like, you know what I'm saying, like dominoes.
So what was that experience like as far as going through the system? Like, what would you say was like if anything traumatic happened, what would you say was the most traumatic thing?
I mean, just kind of being in group homes, you know, girls try to steal from you and stuff. So a lot of times when we was in the group homes and stuff, we used to fight a lot. So, yeah.
That ties into the fighting that you was doing with your man later on. You know what I'm saying? Look at you. Just one of them red bones is just a little firecracker. Better watch out. Yeah. Don't let the smile fool you, okay? Well, they say never trust a big butt to smile. Okay. Yeah. I didn't see it. I didn't mean to say that. But, okay. So you was a fighter.
Yeah,
you was getting down.
Yeah. We used to fight in high school because, you know, girls used to be jealous and, you know what I'm saying? So we used to, me and my sister used to tag.
Y'all look alike?
Yeah.
So light skin, long hair, all that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can see that. Okay, because like what ultimately happens on some of these videos is the family member sees the video and they reach out to me. They're like, no, let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you what really happened. If and when that happens, what is your cousin gonna say to me?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I think what I'm spitting is the raw truth. You know what I'm saying? She ain't no angel in disguise. So a lot of times when people express themselves on type of lives or channels, they saying it from a real point of view. Because a person wouldn't just say this. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like it's spilling out.
Like at some point
it's ready to come out.
Spill out.
Yeah.
You know, whether you're talking on TMZ.
Well, they say, look, what's done in the dark. Listen, what's done in the dark will come to light.
Yeah, it's gonna come to the light. So it's like if she do run across this video, this is the truth.
So because at some point y'all must have gotten back cool. Because you say
we're not cool.
Well, but what I'm saying is you say that she had promised to like help out and stuff like that. So at some point y'all must have reconciled, right?
No.
So
we don't talk to each other. We don't have connection.
So what was it about you? Earlier you said that the reason why you was out here was because your cousin didn't fulfill her promises or whatever. Yeah,
like, because at the time, like, she was really supposed to, be our guardian. Instead of, throwing us in in DCF, you could have, gave us back to our parents. She didn't do that. She took us, it's like almost like even if it was
trying to like punish y'all.
Yeah, trying to punish us instead of
just let y'all go.
Letting us go back to our family. Like, I just kind of felt
like. How did that make you feel?
It made me feel sad because, when I went through the system, I was alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, with me and my sister, like, we were alone. And it kind of made me sad, So, it made me sad.
So you never got adopted or anything like that?
No.
So it was just straight, like, group homes and stuff like that? Oof. Okay. So, because, like, your parents and everything, like, I know your mom, you said that she was having whatever situation she was having, but as far as your dad goes, did he know that this was going on when it was going on?
No, he didn't know because my mom they're not together.
Like, so they wasn't communicating, talking, nothing like that.
Yeah, my mom.
If you could tell your auntie anything, right? She may be watching this video, and it's easier sometimes to talk to people when they're not right in front of you and get out all your true emotions and everything.
Yeah.
If you could just tell your auntie anything, what would you tell her?
My auntie?
Your cousin, I'm sorry.
I would just tell her, like, for real, like, what she did was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I would just tell her straight up, like, you know what I'm saying? You did wrong. Like, because my thing is, like, what did we do to deserve that type of treatment? You know what I'm saying? Like, were we like somebody that you didn't care for, or did you not like us? Like, if you didn't care for us, why did you send us back to our family? That's what I felt of. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, at the time, it's like, you used us as a ticket, you know what I'm saying? Because
she was getting money for y'all?
Yeah, like, you used us as a ticket because you wanted two little pretty girls, but when it got hard, you wanted to throw us in the basement or throw us in, DCF. I just felt like you could have did better and gave us back if you couldn't handle the responsibility. That's how I feel about it.
I tell you what, I hear stories like this often enough. And so, so
she put us through hell. Like, hella abuse. Like, it's so many stuff I wouldn't even say right now, but, like, she put us through a lot.
And
at the time, I don't want to let it out, but it's a lot. But I'm gonna keep it short. But it's just like, it just was a lot she did.
Well, now you got us all curious though. Like,
I mean,
now you like got us on the edge of our
thinking.
seat, like. But we want to know, like, what was she doing to you that was like the stuff that is unmentionable?
I mean, she did a lot of stuff, but you know.
I'll put.
Tune in.
So hold on, real quick. Okay, so what is this stuff that you didn't want to tell us the whole interview?
I mean, she did just a lot of stuff, you know, from the violence, from the, you know, the physical, mental, you know, abuse, from throwing away our toys, cause she want order, but it's like the way she want order is like it's very brutal, you know what I'm saying? So she kind of took away the innocence and like the purity from me and my sister, because she kept us at a point where we were trying to fight each other, you know what I'm saying?
Kind of like on edge the whole time type deal, always on guard type of deal.
Yeah. So we grew up always thinking that, you know, we was gonna always be on guard anybody we meet, you know what I'm saying? So she just kept us
always in a defensive posture.
Yeah. And finally, when we broke apart from her, then that's when everything kind of like, you know what I'm saying, all the abuse she put us through, we kind of separated ourselves from her. And then at first we was contacting with her because we didn't know any better, you know what I'm saying? We was young. Mm-hmm. She put us in defects, and then after a while we started figuring out, well, damn, why we here?
Right, yeah.
And we not with you.
Right.
So then that's when things, you know, took a toll. So we just kind of like left her alone and stopped dealing with her.
What type of behavior do you think these feelings that you had turned into? Like, what type of behavior?
More so anger, revenge, just kind of like sadness, aloneness, you know?
How's your sister doing right now?
I mean, she okay. She went through abuse too, but she okay.
Okay. Is she like in a shelter type situation as well?
No, but she's living with her boyfriend.
Okay, gotcha. Ooh, all right. Well, listen, miss, we really appreciate you taking the time, answering all of our questions. If anybody out there did want to reach out, help, or donate, do you have a way for them to do that? Do you have social media, Cash App, anything like that?
So I have, my Instagram is LIL_Kiwi Baddie.
Okay.
That's, I got 2 accounts. I got LIL_Kiwi Baddie. The first one, LIL_Kiwi Baddie, the second. So I got 2 accounts on Instagram.
So, okay. And then what about Cash App?
So I don't currently have a Cash App because I guess y'all could send me, like, try to send me money if y'all is gonna send me money. But
you have like Venmo, Zelle, anything? No, none of that stuff. All right. Can I get you so did something happen to your Cash App or something? Or?
I'm just not able to download the Cash App because every time I download it, it either always deletes it. I don't know. It's weird.
Tell you what, man, some of this stuff do be weird. All right, well, listen, like I say, we really appreciate you and definitely wish you nothing but the best, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you have a good one, sweetie.
All right, thanks.
All right.